Hey, this is Byron. I want to make a video about when it comes to a young man, teenagers, I'm talking about teenagers, a young man and a young woman. Some women are so beautiful, some girls are so beautiful and so fine, I'm gonna say it like that, that a man, see, we got to be careful because a lot of young women use their looks and their body to take advantage of a man because they know that that's all, as a teenager guy, that's all we want is them. So a lot of guys cannot approach a woman and say you are beautiful or you are sexy or fine and things like that because we know the woman that gives them power. And a lot of women take advantage of that. They think they could get the men's to do anything for them and they use their looks against the guy. That's why a lot of guys got to be cool. Like we approach a woman like a woman could say, "So how do you think I look?" The man usually say, "You look all right." You do, but we can't tell the truth because we don't want the woman to get the big head and all of a sudden think that they could get, you know, anything out of the guy because that's what a lot of young teenage girls do. And just you gotta be careful of doing that. Now, what I'm referring to is if a guy is trying to, how do I say it, get laid, or if a guy is trying to have sex with that girl, that's how we approach it. That's we gotta be smooth with it. But we just I'm not talking about if a guy is trying to get a relationship to grow old with this woman or a relationship. I'm talking if a guy just trying to get laid, or young people say smash. If a guy just trying to smash, that's what I'm talking about. It's all about power. It's a game when it comes to teenagers. Who gets the power, the guy or the girl? That's why a lot of guys use their money to get the girl. I'm just telling the truth. Or cars, or try to be gangster, or try to be, things like that to attract the woman. We're trying to get that power over them. And a lot of girls wear tight clothes and show everything and real cute and that pretty smile and all that to get control of the guy. It's all about control when you're young. That's if you're trying to smash or get laid and things like that. That's why you got to be careful when you approach someone else because you're just looking at the outer beauty or the woman just looking at what the man have. Because a lot of times if you're looking for a relationship and a lot of girls go that direction, they end up getting hurt. The guy is not who they thought that he was. But she went after him because of his money and what he have. And the guy went after the woman because the way they are shaped or how pretty that face is. You never get to know the inner part of a person, and that's the most important part of a person. And I just want to get that point across. But we make a lot of mistakes because what the woman goes after or the girl goes after and what the young boy goes after. That's the problem. And then later on down the road, they see what their life has become in that situation when they want to get a relationship with that person. Because a lot of times when a boy has sex with a girl, feelings become involved a lot. And you end up taking it to that next level because of feelings. And then that end up being your boyfriend or girlfriend. And then that end up being your husband or wife. Give me your opinion, leave comments, and let me know if I'm wrong here. I'm just letting you know what I have learned since I'm 62 years old now. And I'm just trying to educate the younger generation here. The mistakes that they are making and why they are in that situation because of the choices they made when they was young. So I'm hoping, like I said, like, subscribe, and share this video because I need you to share this video because young people, the younger generation, need to hear this. And let's be honest here. Let's be real. What I'm trying to say is the most prettiest and gorgeous and sexy women out there when you're young, what I have experienced, is the most dangerous women out there because they always been held to this high standard, this platform of how gorgeous they are, and everybody worship them. They do anything they say because they want to be with them or like them, because they can get anything they want. Because all guys, teenagers think about when they are young, and be honest and give me your opinion on this, is girls and then money, of course. And that's the man's weakness right there. The young teenage girl that's really shapely or really smooth or really pretty. That's just facts. I'm just being real here. And the girl's big mistake is, and by the way, that girl usually is arrogant. She's conceited. She's antisocial. I'm not talking about all women. I'm not talking about some women say, well, I'm not like that. Of course, women going to say that, or girls going to say that. But most girls I have experienced is like that. They're the worst girls to be with. But of course, men are going to go after looks. That's not going to change. Boys are going to go after looks. They want a girl that looks good. Of course, that's going to happen. But don't go to bed with them. Get to know them first. That's the mistake right there. Find out what the soul, the heart, and the brain is at before you try to get laid. That's the mistake you make, because you could end up with a kid, a disease. You could end up with a crazy woman that wants to kill you or bust out your car windows. Give me your opinion on this. You know I'm telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth exactly how it is. And that's the mistakes we make. We don't get to know the person before we go to bed with them. I'm talking about the girl and the guy. Both sexes takes fault in this. Not just the guy or not just the girl. Because guys, we're not going to stop going after girls. You know it. I don't care what I talk about. We always going to go after the pretty women. So what I'm saying is not going to change. And that's why most men, when it comes to going out with a girl, we're on the defense. Because we know, because of what that young man has experienced is, the girl usually go after his money, or the girl usually go after what the guy has, not how the guy is educated or his heart. Tell me if I'm lying. And that's why we're on the defense at the beginning when it comes to girls. We're just trying to smash. I'm talking about the young kids just trying to smash. And another thing, the women, you got to realize this. I'm going to give you a compliment. There's no feeling in this world better than a woman's body. A woman's body is the greatest feeling in the world. That's just a compliment. I'm being honest with you. I mean, I slept on a pillow. I felt a lot of things in this world being 62 years old. But a woman's body is the greatest feeling in the world. I tell my girlfriend that all the time. Especially if she smells good, she's clean. It's no greater feeling than a woman's body. And that's why, man, we ain't gonna never stop, or how pretty a woman is. That's why in my lifetime or forever, as a man, we're never gonna stop going after you, because you are so beautiful and so soft. But that's the problem. We go after that beauty and softness, but we go to bed with that beauty and softness before we get to know that person. That's where the problem occurs. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to be real and educate some of these young people. And this part is a man's fault. And I did this when I was young. We try to sell ourselves to the woman by showing money. And a lot of, because we know that's what is attractive to the young teenagers. Money, nice cars, nice clothes. Now, there's nothing wrong with looking good, dressing nice, and having a nice car. But don't just don't overkill it by taking out a boatload of money. First, you'll get robbed. You try to impress them with your money. When you sit down and you go out to dinner with that person for the first time, it's kind of like an interview. Try to get to know that person. It's not all the way an interview, but it's kind of telling what you're about, and she's telling you what she is about. That's what you want to know right there. That's more important than that woman's body or that woman's looks, because admit it, guys, you have been with some crazy women out there. You got with some girls because of the way they look and found out that's the worst person you could ever have been with. And men, same thing. A lot of women have got with a man because all the money that they have, and that man beats that woman. That man will treat that woman horribly because he think he can control that woman because of the money and his finance. I'm not going to talk your ear off. I'm just trying to get this across to everyone. Tell me what you think about this video. Please tell me your comments, your negative or positive comments. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me the platform to make this video. Me being 62 years old, I am so happy to do this. And thank you, God Almighty, for giving me the strength to try to educate some of the teenagers out there. Thank you so much. I'm a stockbroker, and I'm gonna have a stock video coming up as well very soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.